The new survivors are here, and Ripper has been nerfed? To find out more, stick around for today's episode of This Week in Identity 5. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of This Week in Identity 5. Let's get straight into what we received in last week's update and the obviously aftermath that came along with it. The biggest thing that we received last week was the new Crystal Ball game mode for Tarot. A crazy and chaotic version of Tarot that has given a lot of different players a headache trying to understand how it works. I wanted to make a small correction about something that I said in last week's episode. I said it was supposed to be a 2v2 game mode, but instead I was wrong. It's actually a 4v4, the same as Tarot. Well, realistically, it is the same thing as Tarot, just with a couple of adjustments to it. I have played it quite a lot, and it is a lot of fun, but there are clearly some hunters and some survivors that are much better than others at the game mode, and others that are really not that good at all, at least in comparison to everybody else. On the side of the hunters, Sculptor is incredibly powerful with her ability to be able to use 4 different statues per time that she uses her ability. So technically you could have 8 statues, I think, coming at a survivor at the same time. I think it's incredibly difficult to dodge, and you're going to get hit by it either way. On the side of the survivors, we have Doctor, who's incredibly strong as a king because they can heal in mere seconds, and it's really crazy how fast they heal. Combining that with anybody else who can protect her or keep the hunter distracted means that this survivor is going to stay alive for a very long time. On the opposite spectrum, we have Coordinator, who only has that one flare gun as far as I understand, and even though it does have a buff, it feels very useless, and now compared to people like Prisoner, who now is very viable in this game mode because he can do multiple stuns that are very, very long, and you know, the areas around the Cyphers also get electrified, so this means that it's better for you to be able to kite around if you are a king, but also bad for your teammates, but you get what I mean. It means that Coordinator feels a little bit left behind in this game mode. That is very surprising. Other changes that we had last week, we had the Nightmare bot that received the new buff that we discussed the last episode about the fact that they now can be able to hit survivors when they're carrying someone in balloons. But the most important thing that I didn't realize was coming was that the survivor AI can now prime ciphers. I have not yet experimented with this yet, but I will be showing this off or maybe testing it on stream, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how perfect and crisp their cipher pops are going to be. I'm pretty sure that as soon as someone gets hit, they're going to pop it, so I would love to see what that's going to be like. Chasing Shadows has had its date extended until September 1st before it closes, because I think it was supposed to close somewhere around now, but I think they've opened it for a little bit longer. There have been some rumors that have been circulating around the Identity 5 community that Ripper has been nerfed due to a little sentence that we found in last week's patch update under the bug fixes section. It reads, "Fixed an issue where the Ripper's fog blade would sometimes strike survivors on the other side of walls along its trajectory." Many people misunderstood, I think, what this means, and I'm still not clear exactly what this bug fix really did, but a lot of people thought that it was completely removing the Foggy Blade ability where you can hit survivors through a wall, but instead, from my experiments at least that I did today as the recording, this isn't true. You can still hit survivors through walls with the Foggy Blade. So maybe what it meant was that it was stopping maybe there was an issue where the Foggy Blade would go through multiple walls, and this was a problem, but I'm not completely sure. Moving on to this week's update and what we can expect from this Wednesday/Thursday's update. The first event that we will receive before the Essence actually arrives is the Disciples Character Day that happens on the 11th. Again, similar to the other character days that we had last week, you'll probably be receiving a portrait that's in the black and white style. And of course, some more fragments and clues for completing different missions. On the day of the update, we're starting Season 17, Essence 2, and the chaos that brings 2 new survivors. The Essence will contain the new survivor, the Psychologist, with their S tier, the Feathered Cloak S tier skin that is very, very impressive looking. We also have 2 new A tier skins, one for Feaster and one for Batter, and a lot of B tiers for survivors and hunters. I can't remember which ones. By receiving the S tier skin from the Essence, you will also receive Psychologist as a gift from the game. We also have the Patient, who's going to be not available in the Essence, but available in the in-game store, from what I understand, at the same time as the Essences starts. So that means you can either buy the package with the echoes that costs 3,288 echoes, or you can buy the individual skin, the S tier skin, and then the survivor, and also their accessory for the usual prices that everything is usually at. Also, the 10-day memories event is beginning because these two characters have come out and they're connected because they love each other and things like this, where you can get the blowing kiss emote as I've mentioned before, and some other type of rewards and gifts and maybe some essences as well that you'll be able to possibly get, so you can maybe unlock the Psychologist. I feel like this essence is going to be very chaotic. I'm very interested in the fact that you'll now be able to get a new survivor straight away as soon as the patch is live. Moving on to the leaks and the rumors section of the video, we know that Gravekeeper's once skin is just around the corner, although I'm not really sure if they've confirmed exactly when it's coming out. I can imagine it will be here before the end of the month, but who knows. The new lobby room, the villa room, is going to be released sometime soon as well. I can imagine in the next couple of weeks. And there are some people who are very excited about that, I think. NetEase is preparing another hunter to be added to the Nightmare Bot game mode. And I'm not really sure exactly what they're going to add, but I think that Feaster might be the best option, maybe the easiest for them to program. Since the tentacles already have auto-targeting, at least I think this would be the easiest one for them to add. And could be a bit of a problem for us survivors, but that would be interesting. It will definitely give us a new challenge to challenge ourselves and maybe compete against each other. The new Hunter the Waxed Artist should be also arriving soon. I'm expecting his abilities to be leaked maybe within the next couple of weeks, or maybe they'll just release a video as well with his storyline, but I think he's supposed to arrive near the end of September or maybe the start of October, but I'm not completely sure. I am very curious as to what his abilities could be. I have some theories and I'm not really sure if they will come to life or come to be, but hey, we'll find out soon enough. Now, moving on to the talk in the manor section of the video, where I react to the comments and I respond to the comments that you guys have left on the last couple of videos that I've released. And Eileen writes, I thought NetEase picked the spawn points at random by throwing darts at the map. I must say that sometimes it does feel like it. Sometimes they do make a lot of sense, and other times it feels like the hunter is miles away from any other survivor, and there are some survivors that you will probably never see unless you go really out of your way to go find them. So maybe they did just throw some darts at a map and they're like, okay, that will do. I do think it's very possible that that's the way that they did it. Drewberry writes, maybe I should be a Gamekeeper main since I'm a pallet eater. I can't disagree with the logic there, but I do think there are some better solutions to that problem. Melly compares the vaulting speed for Photographer to that of the survivors, and the Photographer is technically a faster vaulting speed, or has a faster vaulting speed than the default vaulting speed for survivors. That kind of shocked me, I guess. I'm not really sure, I'm not confirmed if this is true, but if that's true, that is crazy and also very interesting. Are you going to buy the new S-tier skin for Patient, and are you going to unlock him straight away as soon as the new patch is here? Tell me down in the comments below. And whilst you're down there, please give this video a like and subscribe if you'd like to get some more news and keep yourself up to date every week, every Tuesday on This Week in Identity 5. Take care guys, have a great day. Bye bye.